Live
talked
local,
about institutionalizing
think global.
innovation
The platform
through employees.
is powered.
Some of us may want to think about employing outsiders. You may want to consider, thinking about how to bring in people who do not naturally think like you. And it might even just be inviting people to come and sit on your interview panels, or just thinking about how to do things differently. I put up a job notice last week, and there was this position where everybody kept on asking, not everybody, but I think I got about 5 responses, and they said, is this position full-time remote? Or it is full-time on-site? So definitely start thinking about things like that. Thank you once again, Yvonne. Our next speaker is Niyi Adesanya. I expected that, and I paused for it. Niyi is a well-known Nigerian author, executive coach, keynote speaker, leadership development expert, and one of the foremost business and management consultants in the country. He's the CEO of Fifth Gear Plus, an innovative consulting, recruiting, and publishing firm with the mandate to help corporates optimize their potential with clients including top organizations in major sectors of the economy. Niyi began his professional career in 2005 and since then has delivered keynote speeches to several top multinationals and over 100 educational institutions across 30 states of Nigeria, speaking to an average of 2,000 youths per occasion. His accomplishments are often carried across leading news houses in Nigeria. He's a regular columnist in DreamWorks, a business and entrepreneurship magazine. Let's all give a warm platform welcome to Mr. Niyi Adesanya.
Thank you. You may take your seat. Wonderful time. Thank you, Pastor Kwaju and Pastor Tony. Thank you so much. And let me say this: when you come for a meeting like this and you're well prepared, and then the first speaker comes up and then help matters. What I meant is that there's something you try to forget in a long time, and then that brings it up on the screen. And I mean, we were leading 3-0 in New Camp. And then all of a sudden they came to Anfield, and you want to forget it. And I've been trying to stay positive, but you know what? It just broke my heart right here. Kudao. But anyway, it's good to be here. Thank you. My brother, Kunle Shorinyo, thank you. Charles, it's good to see you again after a long time. And then Yvonne, you killed it. You killed it. Thank you so much. Okay, I have 30 minutes, and I think it's a very tough one when people like us are given 30 minutes, because 30 minutes is actually our introduction. I know what that means. So if that is the case, that means you have to choose, you have to select your audience, because you can't speak to everybody. And that means I'm going to be talking to people who have longevity in mind. People who are thinking of business in the 10 years, how to survive business 10, 15 years. Because actually, you're not in business until you have crossed 10 years. Statistics have shown that there is no point celebrating success too early. Because according to the Bureau of Statistics, United States, businesses that start, in 1 year, businesses that dies is about 25%, 15%, 5 years is about 25%, and then by the time you're getting to 10 years, it's about 65%. Now, it's a little bit ugly when you go to the UK, because the businesses that start 1 year in UK, 9% dies, and in 5 years, 60% goes down the drain. And then for those of us who always think it's only about Nigeria, and you always say that Nigerian businesses die in Nigeria because of, power situation, no credit line and everything. Businesses die everywhere. And in Canada, every year, they say 7,000 businesses die. So this is it's good to celebrate your first year, it's good to celebrate your 5th year, it's good to celebrate your 10th year, but actually business just started after 10 years to 15 years. And you must have that at the back of your mind. And because once you have that at the back of your mind, you know that when the money, the funds start coming in, I don't care how much the fund is, whether it's $10 million or whether it's $15 million, if you don't pay attention to some things, you may just be out of business in the next 10 years if you don't pay attention to some of the things that Pastor Paul you mentioned and then Yvonne also mentioned. But also, because of the brevity of time, I will not be speaking on the topic, I will be speaking to the topic. In other words, when you speak to the topic, you speak to the topic as if there's a problem with the topic. And then the topic here is the entrepreneur. I'm going to be talking to you, entrepreneur, because there are two kinds of entrepreneur from my own findings. You have one that is a structured entrepreneur, and there is one that is a street entrepreneur. Now, the structured entrepreneur is one that has worked probably in Covenant Nation, and they understand structure. So when they come into the entrepreneurial journey, they put structures in place immediately. But there are some guys who are the street entrepreneur. I mean, they just pushed some things together, registered the business, and then boom, they went to the market, they went to the street, and the money started pouring in. And these guys are the multitude of the entrepreneurs, and they are the proudest. Zazu kind of people, you know, they just there. They are the proudest. You can't talk to them. They'll tell you, where was structure? When I did 1 billion. Where was structure? When I did 10 billion. Where was structure? When come on, don't mind them. Don't mind all those people. And thank God, Pastor Paul, you said listen to outsiders. Listen to outsiders. But you must know the kind of outsider to listen to. I would go into that very shortly. And again, let me say this. You know, I saw some things that has broken my heart for some months now. Because sometimes the way we even are proud about our achievement in Nigeria, when we bring it into the global perspective, then you realize that are we really, really, really playing the global game? Are we really, really succeeding at what we said we are doing? Because when you look at it really, I think it's Enley and Partners in collaboration with the new World Wealth. They released the African Wealth Report. And then they were trying to x-ray the high net worth individuals. Now, according to Credit Suisse, there are about 56 million individuals all over the world, working population all over the world, that makes $1 million and above. So those are the high net worth individuals. But the ones that are worth $1 million and above, according to Enley, is about 20 million all over the world. There are about 5 million of them, over 5 million of them in America. But let me bring it down because I have a lot of black people here. Out of the 5 million people in America, over 5 million, is about 340,000 that are blacks. Not up to 10%. Now, it even sounds better. By the time you come down to Africa, then you realize that these 20 million high net worth individuals, you have only 136,000 people in Africa. 136,000 people in Africa. So do your maths. So could that mean that with all your braggadocious stuff on internet and trying to intimidate us with your numbers and everything, could that be that it's just a fluke and then there is nothing to your entrepreneurial journey in the first place? Now let's bring it down. South Africa has about 39,000 of those people. I think Egypt is second. They have, 16,900 of those people, high net worth individuals. People who have the wealth, not people who made $1 million, people who are worth $1 million. Nigeria has 10,000 of those people. Now, those are millionaires in dollars. So by the time you begin to look at multi-millionaires in dollars, that means people who are worth a minimum of $10 million in Nigeria, you have about 510 of them. 510. Then you have what they call the centimillionaires. People who are worth above 100 million and above. They're about 51. About 51. So what does that mean? That means one of our problems is that we celebrate success too early. We celebrate success too early. We don't have longevity in mind. We're not thinking about leaving a legacy. We're just concerned about prosperity. My car is better than yours. My office is bigger than yours. My thing is bigger than yours. That's what we're all about. But the people who think about posterity, so they know that I am not in business until I clock 15 years. Whatever happened, you take it as a fluke. You take it as, what if this thing does not happen again? Then you begin to watch it, and then you don't go into, I think Pastor Paul, you said that one of the points, that don't delay, don't overcompensate yourself. And that's the problem with the entrepreneurs in this part of the world who have the black skin. Because most of us are coming from the poverty-deprived situation, especially those street entrepreneurs. Those street entrepreneurs were poor. And then when they saw money like this, they say, today, they must take. They must take. And the money that was supposed to plow back into business, they went on a spending spree. They started staying in hotels that they are not supposed to stay. Although they can afford to stay there, but they are not supposed to stay there. They start buying things they're not supposed to buy. They start tying down capital that is supposed to go back into business and provide cash flow. You don't have a business buying a house in 5 years of your business. I don't care how much you've made. You need to rent it and let the money supply your cash flow. Somebody said, cash is king. But we've since realized that there's no more king. Cash flow is king.